Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to create a self-grading Google form. Okay, so I have this page open because these are a bunch of Google forms that I've saved before in the past. So let's say you're working on rhythm, and this is going to be an elementary based assignment or early middle school, someone new to your class. All right, so you're going to go to new. You're going to hit Google Form. It's asking me create and share because I have shared folders in here. I share them with my colleagues at both the high school and in the choral and band department. Okay. And so then I get an untitled form. So if I start working on this right away, it's not a quiz. That's okay. The cool thing is I can go back and change it, and then it'll automatically update it. But if you've ever made a Google form and you got frustrated and said, hey, what the heck? I spent all this time making this Google form. Why isn't it a quiz? Again, like I said, you can make your Google form and then go back and change it at the end, or you can change it at the beginning. All right. So there's a few options here. So let's talk about the quiz first. So the quiz is the cog, right? The settings, right? This is your palette to make your color. You can change your color of your background if that matters to you. If you're doing like a survey or you have a Halloween theme or something, you can click on that too. You can change the theme. Work, school. I mean, these are all cool things that they have, right? If you're doing like a survey for your colleagues, whatever. All right, I'm not doing that, but I just wanted to show you that that's cool. All right, so then this is preview. This is what it looks like. I don't have any questions, so there's nothing to look at. And then here are my cogs for my setting. So click on your cog, and this is setting. All right, this is general. All right, this is where I want to pop out to quizzes. So click on that. All you have to do is this, make this a quiz, and it does it for you. All right. So you can do immediately after each submission, kids will get their grade, or later after manual review. I do this because the kids like to know what they got. They want instant gratification. This is more work for you. Why would you want to do all this work on a Google form and then recheck all of them? The whole point is to not have to do that. Now, if you have open-ended questions, then yes, I would do this. Like if you have let's say number 5 is a paragraph and you want them to answer in sentence form, then yeah, you can't give them the grade until you've read it over. But for the most part, I stick to these assignments as strictly multiple choice. All right. So I'm going to hit save, especially during this pandemic, right? I'm going to make it rhythm tree review. People there. And then if I just click here, it saves the same name. All right. What I like to do is I always have them put their last name, comma, first name. And the reason why I do it this way is because when I go into Google Sheets, if I ever wanted to go into Google Sheets and collect the data, it will, especially you can use this for your SGOs. If you are a state that has student growth objectives and you're getting graded based on these, you can make a Google form of your SGO, and then you can just literally organize them and you'll see everyone's grade in alphabetical order. All right, so I make this required. Obviously, this is not worth any points. And then I also, strictly for sorting purposes, I will ask them what day I see them and what block I see them. We have a rotating schedule. I like to do drop down so it doesn't take up a lot of space. And so R1, R2, R3, R4. Oops. I'm hitting tab. I did it twice. I only hit it once. That's what happened there. R3, tab twice. R4, tab twice. White 1. This is our schedule. Okay. I make this required as well. All right. Now let's get to the rhythms. All right. So I want to ask them for strictly identification. Which one is the whole note? I want them to be able to know what it looks like. So I can go and click on the picture, and I can either upload something, or this is really cool. This is new-ish. It's new from last year. I can click on Google image search. So I can write whole note and see what comes up. All right, look at that. I can have it on the staff. I can just have it strictly by itself. Click on it, hit insert. And their option 1 is the whole note. I can make a letter there. A is the whole note. I can add all. It gives me some options. And then if I just click on the B, right? I'm going to make this capital so they're consistent. If I just click here or just hover, I'm not really clicking, I'm hovering, right? I click here and then there's the add image button. All right, so to trick them, I'm going to look up a half note. Now, what's also cool is if, like, let's say I didn't want the whole note to be first. If you leave these blank, then you can literally drag and drop what you want to be where. Okay. All right, I think that option doesn't leave, so we do have to keep this here. But you can move your letters around if you want, and then just change them up after. All right, so I'm going to throw in a quarter note here. And that's the cool thing of having the internet at your fingertips, and that everything is synced and everything is together. It's really great. You don't have to really do much. I'm going to do an eighth note here. All right, now I'm going to hit required, okay? And this still is not self-graded. Now I have to go to the bottom where it says answer key, and I'm going to click on answer key. And then I can say that this is the whole note, right? And then I'm going to click how many points I want it to be. I'm going to be nice. It'll only be worth 1 point today. All right, then I just hit done. What's also cool too is you can add answer. Let me go back here. You can add answer feedback. So like when I used to teach AP theory, I would give like an explanation as to why this was a whole note. Obviously, I'm not telling that to AP theory kids, but like I can say like, why is this a suspension and not a retardation, right? The suspension goes down, the retardation goes up, the resolution, right? So I would just explain that to them there so that they can get feedback immediately and know why they got it wrong. That's really cool too. All right, of course you have to write that. All right, now, of course, next I want them to know which is the half note, which is the quarter note, so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna hit these. You see here it says duplicate. I'm gonna duplicate this question, duplicate. And then I'm gonna ask next, of course I don't wanna go in order, which note is the eighth note? Okay, all my pictures are already here. So all I have to say change is my answer key. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to unclick the whole note. I'm going to click on the eighth note. Okay, and then I'm going to go through and do this for each one. Now, another really cool feature is, let's say I copy and I remember to change this. Okay, but I don't remember to change my answer. And then a kid takes the quiz and they're like, excuse me, Miss Kernizan, I got letter number 2 wrong, or number 3. This is number 3, right? I got number 3 wrong. It says, which is the half note. And I clicked on the half note, but it said that the eighth note was correct. So I can go in, I can edit my version of the quiz or the assignment. I can edit mine, and then it will automatically regrade every single kid's grade that has done this assignment, which is really cool. It'll update all of their grades automatically, which is super cool. Okay, so you can add as many questions as you like. Another cool feature is, like, let's say this is all the symbols, and then you wanted to do section 2 was going to be the note values. Like, and you can make it so that they can't go to section 2 until section 1 is complete. Okay, so that's an option too. And then I can add a question So this is a new section, so I'm going to start it over at 1. And then this is where I'm going to ask about the note values. Let's do this. In 4/4 time, how many beats are in a half note? Okay, and then I can give my options. 1, you can add all of these as options. And then again, hit required if you want them to not be able to skip a question. Sometimes it's good because kids don't even realize they've skipped a question. It's like by mistake they're scrolling too quickly. So I like to make everything required. It's multiple choice anyway. Add key. This is worth 2 points because I really feel like they should know this. This is the information I really want them to focus on. All right, and then again, I can hit duplicate. And in 4/4 time, how many beats are in a whole note? And then I have to remember to change my answer key. Again, not dos, cuatro, 4 beats in 4/4 time, and so on and so forth. I can keep repeating and whatever. All right, then at the end, I have a few options of how I upload this to Google Classroom. So when I hit create, make an assignment, rhythm tree. Why can't I spell rhythm today? Rhythm tree assignment. All right, all I have to do is hit add. I can go into my Google Drive, add it as a drive. Suggested is new. This will come up. It used to say recent first. Now it says suggested. All right. Again, if you hit locked mode on Chromebook, that means that they can't look at another screen. However, you may have noticed if you are doing distance learning that if you are in a Google Meet, students cannot do locked assignments because they are in a Google Meet. So sometimes I'll tell them, sign out of the Google Meet to complete this assignment, especially if it's like a quiz. Sign out of Google Meet to do this assignment. Make sure you do the assignment. When you're done, sign back in to the Google Meet. I will be here waiting for you. If they have a question about the Google Meet, I tell them they can always email me or write something in the stream and I will answer them. So I'm kind of like doing double duty on my computer screen. All right, so even if I leave that it has 100 points, right? If I hit assign here, excuse me, when I go here and I hit view assignment, if I hit import grade, obviously no one has done this yet, but if I hit import grade, it'll automatically tell me how many points were on that assignment. There were 7. And then once the kids do it, it'll come up. Okay? And again, you saw how to differentiate if you wanted to make a Google form that was a little bit more annotated for a student that's special ed or less questions or with an answer key or anything like that, you have the ability to do that as well. All right, I hope that was informative.